We've been talking about dopamine and its functions in our brain. As Africans, because like what I mentioned the other time, like some of the most important things that we need to understand about ourselves is the uniqueness of our brain chemistry. That is extremely important. And that is because the melanin that we have on our skin, which is an expression or an evidence of the melanin that we have in our brain, which we call the neuromelanin. And the neuromelanin in our brain is located in certain areas which release certain chemicals. One of them is dopamine. And we said dopamine has these special functions that we got to understand. The other video I did mention about some of the functions of dopamine. But here I'm going to talk more about the functions of dopamine, which are very important for us to understand as Africans, because these are things that, naturally we do. We are good at those things, but then we don't pay much attention to them because we just think maybe they're normal, or we're just like also normal human beings and it doesn't make any difference. But the main thing that I want to keep emphasizing is the fact that as Africans and black people all over the world, we actually have a very unique brain chemistry, you see, and that means we're going to have unique functions, unique mental performance, which are going to be different from other people. And for many years, for centuries of years, it is what we've been doing. Just like we didn't, of course, we don't get to know about those things, so that's why. But here, I'm going to talk more about those things, right? So let's talk about dopamine, because it's one of the most important chemicals in the brain. So first is the motivation and reward functions. Like I did mention the other time, like the role of dopamine in how it controls our reward system, how it makes us to want something. So it's the chemical, it is the neurotransmitter that's released in the brain, which actually makes you crave something, really make you to desire something, to want to do something. And then it's also released when you do that thing, you see. So it is part of the feel-good hormones or chemicals in the brain, like together with serotonin, with norepinephrine, with oxytocin, with enkephalins, with endorphins, right? With those chemicals, sometimes acetylcholine, right? So all those chemicals are feel-good chemicals in the brain, right? So dopamine is very important in those functions. Now, another function of dopamine, I did actually talk about addiction and other things in the other video. You can watch that if you have not watched it before. Other functions I mentioned are mood